residues, burning, overgrazing. And then those that promote things like tillage practices, drainage, and fertilizer. And then the opposite is the case for practices that increase organic matter content. So increase biomass production, things like cover crops, afforestation, increase organic matter supply, protection from fire, crop residue application, things like mulching, applying of animal manure and other high carbon content materials, including of recent the issues of biochar. Now, the composition of organic matter depends largely on the organic, the microbial organisms involved, the environment, but also the quality of organic matter. And of these three, the quality of organic matter seems to be more amenable to management practices. And a lot of work was done in the 1990s and early 2000s, and the results that have been established is the fact that materials, good quality materials, they have carbon nitrogen ratio of equal or less than 23 will bring about net mineralization, release of nutrients. Those that have high lignin content or high phenol and polyphenol contents are likely going to bring about immobilization and retention for a period of time. And that brought about the idea of integrated nutrient management, where you want to use both organic, inorganic, as well as microbial sources to bring about sustainable production. And out of this came about certain concepts, fertilizer equivalency and nutrient release synchrony, where the efforts were made at looking at manipulation of organic matter or materials of different quality to see how nutrient release from the organic residue can be synchronized with plant uptake. But of course there were challenges, and some of these challenges include the fact that most often the quantity of the organic materials produced by the farmers are not even sufficient for the quantity required to be applied to the soil. Very often scientists, and if you look at soil science journals, you will see quantities as much as 5 tons per hectare. And farmers may not even get up to 2 tons per hectare of stover or 2 tons of organic manure for them to be able to apply to their field. There are competing uses we know. The residues are required for other uses. There were efforts at looking at improved fallows so that we don't have to rely on traditional crop residues. But if you have to plant fallows, then there will be trade-offs. The land that will be normally used for crop production will now go into fallows. And scientists actually found very little evidence in terms of synchrony when it comes to nitrogen release, but some evidence that after a cycle of cropping that there appears to be better availability of phosphorus. But generally, there is a sense that irrespective of the problems concerned, regular application, long-term application of organic manure tends to provide better crop performance than just inorganic mineral fertilizers or none at all. The recent issues, contemporary issues facing us are largely of climate change. And the question is, how can we